I think the most important thing we did in those very early days, and something that you carry on doing, is just get people to taste it. Because you can rationally analyse cost versus benefit versus, you know, what it's going to do for me. But actually, if you just get people to taste something or try something, you know, it goes for quite a lot of products. Ultimately, the brain shortcuts the yes. You know, taste is a sort of powerful feeling or emotion that you can lodge in someone's brain. And so ultimately, we've just gone on this quest to make sure our stuff tastes better than other people's stuff, and then people will buy it. It's I can't credit us with any more intelligence than trying to create really good tasting stuff that makes people feel good. I think you know, simple dumb things we learned was you got to know your product's great. You know, it's no good kind of being half happy with, oh yeah, it's almost there, but yeah, you know, because if the first time somebody tries what you've made, especially food, you know, food and drink, this is, and it sucks, then you've just, you know, you've lost that moment forever. So I'd be focusing insanely on product. You know, how good is it? People get caught up in. Especially when they talk about Innocent, they kind of go, oh, but you know, the packaging was really clever and it had all that funny stuff on it, and you know, you did those festivals. That was all. Those things were almost a luxury we could afford to do because I think we'd got the product right. So sometimes people get caught up in, is my logo right? Is my, you know, is the copy on the back of the label right? And I think that's getting to the heart of the periphery. You know, you're not getting right to the sort of the solid ground, whereas you would need to have the confidence to hold your product in your hand and give it to somebody and say, that tastes flipping amazing. There are no secrets in the world. Everyone's going to find out about how you make your product, how you act as a business, you know, with regards to the wider community and society. They're going to get an idea of whether your product works. You know, so the way that we purchase now is based pretty much, well, in my world now, it's based entirely on, you know, customer reviews, TripAdvisor, Amazon reviews. It's kind of, I can't make a decision now without checking whether something's got 4.5 stars on Amazon. It's quite sad, but true. And so I think that it feels inevitably, I don't know what you think, but inevitably it feels like that will continue. That's not going to be a diminishing trend. And the ability to beat people on the head with a big stick to force them to go to the supermarket, that will diminish. The greatest challenge to anyone I guess in the broad world of marketing is, how would you do it if you had no money? Like, because that's where the real inventive ideas come from. I would have feet on the street, as they say. So and at the beginning you have to be your own feet on the street. So if you've got a product that you're really happy with and you're sitting in the office thinking about it, you are screwing up, because you're sitting in an office thinking about it. You've got to be out there embarrassing yourself with a tray of it, with a stall, a farmer's market, with a little van or a bike riding around with it strapped to your head. However you can show people that it exists and give it to people. There is no, great, get on Twitter, start saying some stuff about how great your product is, but seeing and feeling is believing. You can tell, but telling isn't the truth always. People need to feel it and taste it. In the early days, we did music festivals. We'd be out in stupid vans covered in grass, driving around. I mean, one of my very early jobs was at the end of the week we would have a load of spare stock left, because we would always inevitably, stupidly make too much. And so on a Friday afternoon you'd panic and just drive around London just giving it out for free. And when we started in Dublin, a big part of what we did was just make sure that almost you flood the streets with free bottles, with innocent people just dashing around, running into offices, running into parks, giving people stuff. Because I think there is it's very simple, but as soon as you get people to taste it, they understand, oh, this is all right. Especially in times when people might not have known what a smoothie was. Maybe in the USA or Australia was further ahead in the genesis of smoothies. But in the UK and Ireland, you kind of had to educate people on what those things were.